So last night on Living Biblically, the topic, they kind of addressed was idols. And kind of in today's society, so I want to throw something out there for you guys. What is your idol? Or do you even know if you have an idol? And the one from the show was, technology. This guy's cell phone, this nice piece of equipment right here that I record my podcast on. But, what are some of your idols? Is it, maybe that relationship? If you just get that one relationship, you will be happy. Maybe it's, an addiction. Maybe it's, money. What is your idol? What is the one thing that is keeping you from seeking God deeper? That one thing that might have, that place in your heart that belongs to God, or that place in your heart that God wants. And I was thinking about this a little this morning at work. You see, I think it's hard in our society to point to something and say, that's idol. Because traditionally, if you look at, idols like in the Old Testament or in the New Testament, they were known to be idols. They were well known. You had people bowing down and worshiping them. They're made of plastic, of wood and metal, and quite often look like, humans or animals or whatnot. And while we don't see that, in today's society, I do still think we have our idols, and the closest thing I can, refer to as far as that goes is, people who believe Muhammad, was equal with God, or people who believe that Joseph Smith, But what are some of your, but one of the reasons why I think it's so hard to, definitely say, that's idol, that right there, that tree's idol, in today's society, is because just because I record, my podcasts on my cell phone right there, that doesn't mean my cell phone's an idol. That means it's a tool that I use, probably on a quite regular basis. But, I can do without my cell phone. I actually have, gone without my cell phone a couple of weekends. Maybe one or two weekends a year, I'll just set it down and not worry about it. Just because I go out and have a cigar once a month, does not mean that I'm addicted. Does not mean that my cigar is my idol. Just because I am saving for vacation does not mean my idol is money. Now for some people, yeah, all those things might be, their idols. And this point was kind of driven home to me, that how something can be an idol for somebody but not for somebody else. You see, I have a good friend who, was in the goth subculture. Until God pointed out to her that, that was becoming an idol in her life, that it was taking over. Areas where he wanted to be at. Now, am I still cool with her? Yeah. Is she still cool with me being goth? Yeah. Is goth an idol for me? No. And I think that's why we have to take a look at ourselves. Because just because you struggle with something, or just because it might be an idol for you, doesn't mean that it is necessarily an idol for everybody. Or that other people struggle with it. Have the same issues, So I think it's really hard, to definitely pinpoint one thing, as an idol for society. Now individually, yeah, I think we should take the time and then pinpoint what it is in our lives. And that might be an idol. But as far as society goes, I think it's the real challenge to do that. Anyway, those are just my thoughts, just kind of shooting off the cuff a little. And like I said, if you like me, talking about the previous the episode, let me know, because I think we could have some really good thoughts, on the show. Peace.